once I know that you want it, boom. Logos, we cannot stop counting, boom. Ta-ta-ta-ta, I'ma make it boom.
This is a Stray Kids podcast.
Welcome back to Bangers, Ballads, and Bops, the podcast where I, Tom, get to listen to Stray Kids music with my friend Phil. Phil,
that's me.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm better now. I was sick for a little bit, but now I'm I'm alive. I survived not only being sick, but I survived the ticketing process for Stray Kids. Mm-hmm. As most days have gone through on this fine day. The day we're recording is the day that ticket sales went live for the Skiz Damen 8 tour for the worldwide dates that include North America. So good for us, I guess.
Yeah.
And we got tickets. I let everyone know. Somebody was kind enough to share a link for the pre-sale. In Discord, I posted it and called it out saying, hey, everybody should do this. I myself made an account on Ticketmaster, made sure that I clicked the thing for Arlington because that's the day I was going to go because I live in Texas. And I was ready to go. And then I saw a TikTok that got me starting to feel a little paranoid that was like, hey, don't worry if you didn't get an email about the presale because you can just check on Ticketmaster's website and you'll see that you are already registered for the presale. And I was like, oh, okay, I should go check. And then I went and checked and it was like, yeah, sorry, bro, you're not registered for the presale. And I was like, what do you mean? And I just wasn't registered for the presale, I guess. And so I just had to suffer while enjoying everyone else getting tickets. That was great.
Right.
But while I was picking up the kids, Jeanette was at work and she was just like, this was about 3 p.m., which is when the general audience sales were going. And she was able to pick up 2 tickets and it went well. She got us two tickets in section 101. So, if you're going to be at the show, say hi to us. And it was, I was just telling you last time we went and saw them, our tickets were over $300 each, right? Probably like $350, I think. So like $700 total. Mm-hmm. That's with fees, I think. This time we got out with fees for under $200 for both of us.
Okay.
For 2 seats. That is, we're not, front row center. We are not in the pit. We're not, getting we're not going to get any of the special VIP package stuff. That's okay. Under 300. Sorry, under 300, not under 200. Whatever. Yeah. Under 300. It's still less than 1 ticket last time. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So naturally, and I was expecting, right? Like I was looking at prices on like third party because I was like, we're not going to get tickets. So we're going to have to go through like a third party if we want to go. So I was trying to check the prices there and it was like, $330, $360 for like the sections that we were looking at. And I was just like, damn, like, I don't know, like it's pretty expensive, but like we could make it work. It's probably going to be okay. And so that's what I was expecting to pay. And instead we paid like half of that. So what that means is that money that you had allotted in your mind is just free money, right?
Yeah. That's how it works.
That's called K-pop math. Yeah. So what we did was we went to, we were going to Target anyway because we promised Michelle that she could have a little prize because she was the sickest among us. She ended up getting an ear infection, and so she took her medicine every day, did all of the doses, which she had to do for antibiotics, and we offered a reward to keep her going and doing it because she does not like it, and she did, and so she got to go pick out a present, and then we felt a little guilty, so Logan also got to get a little present, which he was happy with. But then we went to Pink Box not sponsored. And they had in stock copies of Stray Kids Giant for entirely way too much money. And we bought it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
How much money?
Well,
$89.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. $89 for Giant. So, but we did.
I've spent more on less, so it's not so bad.
The thing about it's a Japanese album, and so shipping fees and stuff. I've bought Japanese albums before, and depending on when and where you get them from, you could get them cheaper. But in some small way, this also allows us to support the local K-pop store. So I kind of felt like, that's okay. On the other hand, the other thing that we were also going there to look at was, we've got the old original light stick, but we haven't got the new light stick yet. So time to get the new light stick.
Yeah.
However, the new light stick is it's like $50. Like you can buy it on the JYP shop for like $50. And we were like, how much is it here? And they were like, oh, it's like $75. And I was like, and she's like, but we're going to be open on Black Friday. And if you're here in the first 30 minutes, they're 10% off. And I was like, not good enough. A, that's not good enough to get me out of bed. B, like, dude, the actual light stick from the actual company is cheaper. Like, dude, come on. Yeah, 10% is tax. I mean, in Texas. So it's just, yeah. It was pretty pretty messed up. So, I wasn't going to say anything negative to them. They're doing their best, and I'm sure that they didn't get a sweet deal, so there has to be a markup, right? So I get it. And if the concert was tomorrow, then yeah, I mean, I'm spending the extra $25. It's just, that's what's going to happen, right? But it's not. So I'm going to take my time, going to order myself a new light stick, and then Jeanette and I will both have light sticks at the concert for our second time. What was really cute is I was talking to the kids about the concert and the fact that we're going to be going. And the kids were asking questions about it. Like, oh, you're going to have a good time. It's going to be super fun or whatever. I was like, yeah. And I was like, would you guys ever want to go and see Stray Kids at some point? And they were like, yeah, yes. And I'm like, they're still pretty young yet, but if let's say Stray Kids in 2 years goes on another world tour and comes back through, well, I mean, you know why. Because some members may be required to not be around. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah, well I think there's a couple of reasons why I think.
Right.
Well, they might go on a world tour, but excluding the U.S.
Oh yeah, I mean there's definite reasons for that, and I would understand. But yeah, I would say it was pretty great. So to hear from them, and then also just to get the tickets. We just had a nice little evening, so it's been good. Yeah. How's your day? How's your time been?
Well, yeah, pretty good this week. I actually wasn't so bad, except so I'm eligible to take the E7 exam,
right?
This cycle. The test is in January. But there's these, it's called Professional Military Knowledge Entrance Exam or some shit like that. And there's one for each pay grade, and you have to do them before the actual advancement exam. And the due date for the E7 PMK is the end of this month. And so my chief was like, "Hey, do your PMKs," and I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do them." And the E7 ones are fucking. It's like 175 questions, or something like that. I don't know exactly how. It's a lot. It's a lot of fucking questions. just about all this random stuff. And when you submit, it's like online, but when you submit it, it doesn't tell you what you got wrong. So, and I'm not studying for this. So I just loaded up. I'm like, yeah, this seems like a good answer, blah, blah, blah. And I got like a fucking 13%.
Oh my God. You did that good?
I was like, okay. Well, I was hoping that it would tell me what I got wrong so that I could just like, make a note of all of it. And then I could do it enough times where I could get a passing grade,
Sure.
Because you do it as many times. It's all about just pass it, right? Just get it done.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and just like the questions are fucking insane. Like they're all multiple choice, but it's like, what instruction governs this? And the multiple choice options are 1610/04, 1610/07, 1610/13, or 1610/8. And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Fuck? How the fuck would you know that?
Right.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So I haven't done it. There's like 5 sections that you have to do total, and I have not completed a single one of them.
Okay, well, off to a good start then.
Yeah.
What is the expectation if you are actually trying to pass this? Is there any kind of details you can study? Is there?
Oh yeah. There is a study guide is what it's called. It's not. It is a list of the shit they use to build the tests.
Okay.
Like the references that the test questions come from. I mean, but it's the same resource that the exams use as well. So like every cycle they put out, it's called the bibliographies or the bibs, right?
The bibs.
Yeah. So they put out the bibs, and it is literally just a list of all the books, all the references that they pull test questions from, so that you can study those things. And normally they break it down. So the only time that I studied for advancement exams, I studied these things called the NEETS modules, which are Navy Electronics, something technical, whatever the fuck. I don't know. It's just like, like electronic knowledge. Like how does voltage work? What's Ohm's law?
Right.
All this kind of shit. Right.
Stuff that you would nail.
Right.
Right.
So, and it breaks it down. It's actually kind of nice because it'll say like NEETS mod 3, chapter 2. So you're like, oh, okay, I only have to read chapter 2. As long as I'm good with chapter 2, then any questions that come up, it's fine. But this one's not. The E7 one is not like that at all. It's just like, so just like all of the OpNav instructions. So just go read all of them and make sure you memorize all of them, and all this other shit. And I'm just like, maybe I will submit that form to opt out, because I don't want to fucking do this.
Well,
but no, I'm gonna do it.
Whatever you decide,
I'm gonna complete it. I'm gonna do it.
I believe in you. Look, the Navy has not thrown a test at you yet that you haven't been able to get through off a sheer force of will. So I believe you can do it. 100% I do.
Yeah.
Obviously there's some bullshit questions that are just like, what number is this? But you'll get there. I believe in you.
Right. Well, that's the thing about the E7. Even the E6 exam was kind of like this, where it's a lot more administrative and not technical knowledge based,
Right.
There's a lot of history questions also. The E6 exam, I did okay. So when I made second class, my exam score, I was in the 99th percentile.
Wow. Holy shit.
For the E6 exam, granted, I made it my first time. The first time I took the E6 exam, I made it. But I was in the 22nd percentile.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So now you can see it going down every time.
Well, The second class exam was a lot more technical. So it was basically like, are you a good tech was the test.
Right.
And so that's why I was in the 99th percentile, because I'm like, oh, I know all this shit. Right. But the first class exam that's when it starts to head in towards the administrative stuff, you know?
Right.
Which some of it I know, some of it I care about, but a lot of it is just like, how does the Navy feel about these things? And I'm like, I am the opposite, you know?
Right. When you go into those answers, you just think the opposite of what I think, you know, and then you'll nail it.
But the other thing about it was that I had already decided at that point that I did not care about my career anymore and I was going to get out.
Right.
You know, like after this contract,
right.
I'm done. And then they were like, hey, you have 2 EPs, which is the highest eval score you can get for some fucking reason. I had 2 of them. They're like, you can take the test early. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And so I took the test early, did not study at all, and did horrible. Clearly, my test scores were so bad. But because I had 2 EPs, I was
good enough.
I was 0.2 points away from having the highest possible eval score going into an exam. I had a 4.8 out of a 5.
Right.
And so my eval score was like 40% higher than everyone else that took the exam. And so I just made it off eval alone. Like just pure eval.
I mean,
is what pushed me over the edge.
Hell yeah. I love that. That's awesome. So, you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. But, so yeah, when they called my name for first, I was like, what? Okay.
If you say so.
So that's
what
why
do you say no?
That's why I want to take the E7 exam, so that if they say my name again, I can go, why?
Oh man. All right. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I hope that happens. I hope it happens again. The Navy just needs to keep promoting you, even though you keep telling them, I'm fucking leaving.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty great.
I don't like this place. I'll be leaving now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. This week has been pretty chill. Other than that, you know, like I said, we got our new chief is pretty. He's good. He's a good dude.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
And he leaves us alone for the most part. I mean, like unless he absolutely needs something from us. Like I had to do some LPO stuff for him last week, but this week he came to the office one time, and that was yesterday. And I had been out because I was just like, I was at the other building just chilling because I was the only one in the office. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna go over and talk to the aux guy. And when I got back, he was like, where you been? And I was like, oh, I was over at 61. I actually went looking for you and you weren't there. So, and then he left like immediately after that. He was like, okay, well, I'm leaving. And I'm like, okay. So that was the entire interaction that I had with him this entire week.
Wow.
Which is pretty good.
That's great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really compared to your old chief who would sit in the room with you and talk to you while you were trying to put your headphones in. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good change.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope you have your headphones on because tonight we are listening to a Stray Kids album from Japan.
Oh yeah.
Pretty good. It is an album called Giant. And I've got a giant, it's not actually that giant, copy of it right here with me. And it does have a POB in the wrapper.
Ooh.
I know. It looks like it's semi-translucent. And it's got someone sitting in the chair. There's like a big metal chair that was part of their like photo shoot. I can't tell who it is from this side, but they've got enormous boots So
Okay.
it could be any of them because they all wear those like enormous chunky boots so they can gain like 3 inches
Right.
at least. What? Look, they're short kings and we know this.
Right.
So anyway, we'll open this up later and we'll see if we can take a look at them
Yeah.
photo cards. Yeah, it's going to be good.
Yeah.
But for now, what we should do is we should turn our eyes to the video, the music video for Giant.
Okay.
I'm very curious as to what your thoughts on this will be. So I've listened to it maybe one time, so everything else is completely new to me.
I have listened to it 0 times.
Oh, okay, good. Let's do it. Let's hit play.
Okay.
I'm a giant. I'm a giant. Pushing west the love.
All right, Tom, that was Giant. What'd you think?
This is, oh,
Oh,
We're gonna-
we almost ran it back.
Oh.
Yeah, what's
well,
we are gonna run it back to watch one specific thing again. But yeah,
Yeah.
what did you think?
Yeah, it was good. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. How does it fall on the scale? Banger, bop, or ballad? What do you think?
You know, I think it might be a banger.
Hell yeah. It's definitely one of those ones. Again, I had only listened to one other time, and like the first time I heard it, I'm like, this is gonna be one of those ones that I'm gonna have to listen to a few times before I'm really able to before I really get into it. There's a few. Those exist. Not all of them are gonna hit me right out of the gate as like, this is my favorite song ever. But it still ranks up there. It's pretty good. However, there is one thing about this song that I love, okay? And that is, do you remember, this would have been ages ago, when we were talking about extraordinary heroes?
Yeah.
This is back when Chan's Room still existed. That's how you know this was a long time ago, right?
Okay.
I had told you, and I think we even watched the clip of Bangchan listening to their song where they say if you seek it, why oh you, or whatever, and it spells out, it sounds like they're spelling FUCKYOU,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and then Chan like reacts to it and is like, huh, and then he gets upset. He's like looking at it, he's like, oh, I see what they did. I see. He's like, oh, I'm so mad that they got to that before I did. They thought of that before I thought of that. Okay, there's a part here where he goes do re mi fa,
I heard it.
king giant.
Yeah.
So let's just hear that one more time because it's so good. It's right at the beginning. Also, okay, we literally just were talking about Stray Kids being short and having to wear giant combat
Yeah.
boots to like lift up their heights. And the first line is, people think I'm big, but I'm small.
Yeah. And I immediately laughed because I was like, we don't think you're big.
Nobody thinks you're. They are big in ways, in
right.
talent,
In-
in talent,
right.
in the industry. They're big.
Yeah.
Big in our hearts. Yes, exactly. But yeah, not big in real life. All right, here it comes.
They give my skill and they do re mi fa, king giant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do re mi fa,
He
king
said that, I was
giant.
like, okay.
He got it in there. It's perfect. I love it. I love it. And it's funny because like they actually were doing these. They were on tour in Australia. And Bangchan and Felix, of course, were doing like morning interviews. They both just dropped straight up F-bombs during the interview.
Really?
Like no like skirting around it, no embarrassment. They were just like, oh yeah, it's fucking great, you know. And I was like, holy shit, dude, what the hell?
All right.
Yeah, I love that for them. When they're in Australia, and when those two specifically are in Australia, the leash is off. And when all of them are in America, they're just like, hey, what if I took off my clothes and poured water on my body? You know, like it's just, yeah, it's great. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, but that's Giant. I mean, I'm excited about that. The next song we have, I'm Gonna Hate. I'm just going to put it out there.
Right.
I'm going to hate it.
Yeah.
And you know why? It's because it's chick chick boom, but in Japanese, so
Right.
it can only sound wrong. That's the only thing that it can
And
do.
just to clarify, for people who aren't aware of why we're saying this or why Phil says this, it's not that there's anything wrong with Japanese or the Japanese
right.
language.
I love Japanese.
Right. Nothing wrong with it. It's that
Some of my favorite people are Japanese.
that's yeah. Same. But it's that if you hear something for the first time in one way, that's the correct way from then on.
Yeah, 100%. There was actually like a baby stay on TikTok who had like made a post that was just like, so help me out. I'm a new stay. I don't know things, and she wasn't into K-pop, and she's just getting into it. She's just like, I heard this one song. It was Circus, and she's like, I heard it in Japanese first, and then I heard the Korean version, but it sounds wrong, and I don't like it. It doesn't feel right. But I don't know either language. What's that? What do you mean? And I was just like, yeah, I get you. I 100% back your play. Like that is how I feel. So yeah, chick chick boom, Japanese version. I'm gonna hate it. So let's get it out of the way. Come on, let's just.
Have you not listened to it yet?
I have not listened to it. Everything else, well, other than Night and Falling Up, and Why, I guess technically.
Well, there is a lot of English in it, right?
I mean, you were right. You were right because like so much of that was in English or Spanish.
Right.
So you know, it wasn't that big of a deal. But there were a few parts. There's definitely been worse, way worse. So you know, I'll still never pick it. I'm never gonna choose this version. But you know, if you are in Japan and you have no other recourse but to listen to the Japanese version, it will work. You know what I mean?
Right.
It'll do in a pinch.
Yeah. Can we run back I wanna feel the cringe that I felt in the first 12 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. Let's do it. Oh,
Okay, we can stop.
okay.
now.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I nailed it on the 12 seconds though.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Yeah. Moving right along. Hey, we've heard these next two songs before. Next three songs we've heard before. One of them you haven't heard for a long time. Two of them you haven't heard for like 3 or 4 weeks because it's been a long time since we recorded those episodes where we listened to it. But
yeah, I'm having I have the Gandalf meme playing in my head right now. You know, I have no memory of this place.
I have no memory of this place. Yeah.
I don't remember these songs, so
you might as we listen to it, but we'll just roll right into them so we can knock him out. Why especially I do want to stop and pause on because it's been a long time since we listened to that one, so we'll but yeah, we're gonna get through these ones tonight. Let's go.
I don't believe we've listened to these.
It's literally an episode that just came out on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Breaking my limbs every fight, I'm climbing pinnacles and heights.
All right, that's Night. Do you remember it now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, all right, yeah. You called it a banger, so I only know that because I just listened to it. Listen, do I remember everything on all 159 episodes now of this podcast? No, I don't. I don't remember everything.
No.
Do I remember anything? Maybe.
What is remembering?
Well, we're committing it to memory by putting it into a podcast feed. That's how it works.
Yeah, but our memories,
I don't have to remember.
But our can memories even be trusted? Because we rewrite our memories all the time. Our brain is remembering
that's why we're recording
its own like responsive synapses. And how do we know that it's doing it correctly?
And that's why gaslighting works. It's true. It's sad. Anyway, you want us following up on that note?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yes. All right. Anyway, Tom, how do you feel about Falling Up? Yeah, you still like it?
Yeah.
Pretty good. Fang Chan is a master. It's great. Oh, yeah. Falling Up. This is a good reminder that I still have not done a rewatch or continued watching Tower of God. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I finished season 1.
it's real good. I like it.
The problem that we have, though, I say we, Anna and I, because
Yeah.
generally we watch shows together, is that we also like to multitask. So,
Right. Yeah. And
you know.
but I don't listen. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. Okay, but it happened. At some point, it became mainstream to like dubbed anime. and like as somebody who like grew up when like anime was becoming a popular thing, I'm like, what the what?
Yeah.
Because like if I'm on TikTok and there's like anime TikToks, like people will put like a video and I'm like, oh, cool. Yeah. What's this show about? And then it's just some person being like, and then I got my, and I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you speaking English? Like, yeah, anyway, it's so
yeah,
I
I think it's mainstream because that is probably their first exposure to an anime is
Right.
in English. And then, you know, because that's the first way they hear it, the other way is wrong.
right. Very much like how we talk about the songs when we hear them one way. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the same
I get
is
that.
true for me for like Trigun. It's very hard for me to watch
No,
Trigun.
I was okay. I was literally going to use the same example where I was going to be so understanding because when I first watched Trigun, it was dubbed, and so I can watch the Trigun dubbed. But you know what? And same with Slayers. The show Slayers, loved it. Originally watched the dub, but you know what? When I watch it subtitled, it's better.
Right.
So I don't know.
There are
it's
some,
still better.
Sometimes it's better.
Sailor Moon was like one of my first animes that I was like so dedicated to. I was on the Save Our Sailors page when it went off the air on Fox Kids, okay, trying to get people on the internet rallied together to bring Sailor Moon back. And you know what? I like this was only like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. I downloaded all of Sailor Moon subtitled because I never watched it subtitled. And the acting is so good in it.
Yeah.
It's really good. So I just, yeah. Not to take anything away from the English dub that I grew up with. That was fine. But this is better.
Yeah.
But I like this better, you know?
Yeah.
You know, the meme, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. But I like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
you know, it is what it is.
But
And so,
also, well, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, there will be oftentimes. Listen, I try not to get up on my feels about this and upset about it, but there's like voice actors, English voice actors, who were like, "Yeah, it's me. I am Goku," and I'm like, "You are not Goku. Shut up." Anyway,
Yeah.
So
Okay, there is one other. Okay, there is a show that it would be ridiculous to watch in its original.
is that Ghost Stories?
Yes, yeah. If you're not watching Ghost Stories dubbed, you're doing it wrong.
I don't know how well that holds up in the modern era. But I get it. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched the whole thing. It was something I feel like that people would like put on a tape at a party and everyone would be laughing so hard you couldn't even hear the jokes anymore, and then eventually you turn it off because like so funny.
Yeah. Ghost Stories is funny.
Yeah.
But so I guess probably the other part of it also is that, like, I mean, for the same reason that I contemplate watching dubs these days is because, like, I just want to watch the fucking show, and I know that it's going to be really hard for me to get through it if I watch it subtitled.
Because you can't do something else.
Right, because I'll watch like one episode, then I'll be like, I have to do literally anything else right now, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So
I get it. Yeah.
But Anna and I have been watching this show called Yellow Jackets.
I saw the trailer for that, and it gave me some like, oh, maybe I should watch that.
Yeah. It's like
good.
It's like Lord of the Flies if it was teenage soccer girls.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
And it's fucking wild.
I'm sold.
But it's I mean, that's kind of simplifying it because they tell two stories. So two stories are happening at the same time. One is them during the event, and then them 25 years later.
25 years later?
Yeah.
Dude, I was not expecting this.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like, before, like, you know, their interactions in the years before they went on this trip or whatever.
No.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's the event and 25 years later. And
Fuck,
it's
I gotta watch
so crazy. Yeah. The first season is on Netflix, but the second season, we had to get on a boat.
Yeah. So what I've been watching.
Don't watch it with the kids. The kids
I've been watching,
cannot see this show.
No, they're not. Yeah, they're not gonna watch that. I've been watching Evil on Paramount Plus, which has been pretty great. I mean, I've been enjoying it. It's like, you know, it's like fine watching, but it's like got that horror element to it. It's pretty good, and it's got the actor who played Luke Cage, you know, in the Netflix series.
Yeah.
He's great in it. He's really good in it. So, you know, he had sex with a. Wait, I can't say that. That's spoilers. He didn't have any sex. Sorry, I'm gonna have to cut that. Cut.
He had sex with Jessica Jones. It's okay. No, you can say it.
Well, listen.
He did though.
Anyway. He's training to be a priest. He's not supposed to have sex. That is definitely spoilers. I'm really sorry.
Wait, he's training to be a priest, so he can't have sex? I don't think you're aware of what priests are like, Phil.
Yeah, technically you're correct. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to stop talking about it because otherwise we're going to spoil things. It's really good. Anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm watching. I'm about to get to season 3.
So he's training to be a priest, and River.
No, wait, I'm already in season 3. Yeah, I'm in season 3. Actually, forgot. But you might ask yourself, why am I watching it? Well. To answer that, we need to listen to this next song by Stray Kids called Why. You've heard this before, but it's been a really long time. So, you know.
Why?
You know. Exactly. Hey, that's Why.
Yeah.
Tom, what'd you think? You remember that one?
I do remember it. And yeah, that's a fucking banger.
It is. Oh man, that song, it deserves everything. I love it. Yeah. And we'll never get to hear it in concert. So
why?
Well, we're not in Japan, so they won't play it.
Oh. Yeah.
It's a little sad to think about it that way. Because I'd love to hear it. Anyway. The next song is one that I've never heard.
Go to Japan.
Easier said than done. It's Saiyan. Do you know what a Saiyan is?
Isn't that like a monkey?
Saiyajin is what the original Saiyan was translated from. I don't know if that's related to what the actual song is going to be saying, because I don't know anything about this. I haven't listened to this. My first time listening to the song, but you know, yeah, like from Dragon Ball, yeah, you know, they were called Saiyans, right? He's a Saiyan, but in Japanese,
Aren't they monkey people?
They are monkey people. So are you. You're a monkey person.
Yeah, but Saiyans are like even more monkey people.
I guess, yes, technically true. They turn into monkeys if they have their tails during a full moon. So, you know, that's why they chop their tails off.
They are aliens.
Until until Dragon Ball GT. And that's when Goku learns to control the monkey and goes SSJ4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, so here's the thing. I actually have seen very little Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, and I actually don't know a whole lot about Dragon Ball, but it's like super popular. So of course I know Goku, I know Gohan, I know there's a character named Frieza, and the Goku and some of the other ones are a race of people called Saiyans.
Oh, okay. So
they are not native to the planet they're on, right? They're aliens, right?
Yeah. They are.
They're from the planet Saiyan, probably. I don't know. And
I think you got it.
Yeah, and they're just really powerful. What makes them go Super Saiyan though? Other than just shouting really loudly for 4 episodes.
No, that's it. You've nailed it. Shouting really loudly. That's what does it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Super Saiyan 4, that requires them to have their tail and go and turn into their full monkey mode, but control it. And it looks even cool. Here's the thing. To date, when this came about is I had a PlayStation 1 and I got an imported copy from like a game store in the mall back when malls were still effective, dating this more,
right?
Of Dragon Ball GT Final Bout, which is like a fighting game of Dragon Ball GT. But Dragon Ball GT had not released in America. We had Dragon Ball. I think we'd been getting Dragon Ball Z by that time. But Dragon Ball GT did not exist in America. You couldn't watch it on any TV station or whatever. So I played this game. The game store would allow you to pay $1 to play any game for 10 minutes. They'd set like a timer, and then you know. And so I would go in there and play it. And eventually, like they had like a boot disc, and I bought that, and I bought DDR 5th edition, both Japanese for PS1. And I took it home, played the hell out of it, loved the game, didn't know how to do anything, but loved it, right? And so eventually, once I got better at the internet, I found ways to acquire, either through getting fan subs where I would literally send off money and a person would dub VHS tapes and send me VHS tapes of fan subs, or via the internet through IRC channels. This is I'm saying, like, this was really early internet, early file sharing so long ago.
It wasn't even illegal yet.
Right. Yeah. They didn't know how to make it illegal. So it was like, anyway, so I wanted to watch Dragon Ball GT, and I watched it, and I like loved it. It was like a cool adventure. It was not like, because I got tired of Dragon Ball Z because, like you said, it's just people shouting until their hair turns yellow. And so it kind of felt more like Dragon Ball to me. And I was like, this is great. I love it. And now the way like the anime community feels is like Dragon Ball GT is trash. Nobody should watch that shit. It's bullshit. And you know what? Fuck you. I love it. And that's why we're going to listen to Stray Kids sing this song about Saiyan, which I'm sure has nothing to do with that.
I was just right. Yeah. I mean, maybe how do we know? But also I was just thinking, when they go Super Saiyan, if it's the equivalent of like they're in a race, like it's a show about racing, and they're like, oh, he's getting away, and so they just like press on the gas more than they have been.
Yeah, they slip into another gear.
Yeah, just downshift and fucking slam that accelerator.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
Saiyan.
what it is. No, you've nailed it. Hold on, let me pull. I'm going to find. No. I'm going to find a picture. There it is. Yeah. Okay.
When they go Super Saiyan 3 and they come out of it, then like Dominic Toretto shows up and he's like, "You're lucky that double shot of Nas didn't blow the welds on the intakes."
That's exactly what they say. Where's the fucking picture I was trying to show you? It was right there.
And then now me and Master Roshi have to rip apart the block and replace the piston rings you fried.
Yeah. No, it's too small. Anyway, he looks like this. Here, I'll move it over to this one that you can actually see if you look at my stream. So this is Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Dragon Ball GT. Yeah. So he like grows like
a mane.
Like pink hair, he looks awesome. He's got like pink around his eyes.
Wow.
Yeah. Right. So and this was in the game. Okay. And so I was just like, this is amazing. I have to watch it. And I watched it and it was great. Contrary to anyone who watches anime, apparently, except me. Because I'm the only one who likes it. Anyway, so let's listen to Saiyan and see if it has anything to do with Dragon Ball.
With Monkey Ben. Let's go.
All right, Tom, that was Saiyan. What do you think?
That's pretty good. Also, okay, I gotta get this out here, Christopher. When you're listening to this, because I know that you do. When they perform this live, there has to be a point where they like it goes dark for a second and then the lights flash and all of them have gone blonde, like they've gone Super Saiyan halfway through the song or something.
What they could do that could work, wigs can work, and then get like a really big like fan blowing up at them so their hair goes flying up. Or they could just get like a Dragon Ball Z wig. I mean, those exist. But
no. It's sure if it's good. If it's good, I don't mean they're not gonna dye their hair mid song. It'll be a wig for sure. But they need to. There has to be that transition where like they're doing the show normally, with whatever hair color they have, and then they're like, boom, we're blonde now. I think it would be sick.
Yeah.
It would be sick.
Mm-hmm. It would be. Yeah, it was pretty good. But what do you think? Banger, ballad, bop? What are we thinking?
It's kind of a bop.
Yeah, I think I think it hits the bop category pretty well. I like it a lot. This is one where I feel like the more I listen to it, the better it's gonna hit me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at that picture of Felix from the Up All Night. Yeah. I mean, because that Chan literally did his hair up like he was a Super Saiyan. That was the idea. And now that was actually a hint for this. No, he's always loved. When we watched the Stray Kids survival show, do you remember like the one piece of like personality stuff in Chan's room was a Super Saiyan Goku.
Oh yeah.
He had a Super Saiyan Goku figure in his room. That was the only like identifying thing where it's like if they just had cameras around the room, you would see his Goku figure.
Yeah. I mean, sure, yeah, but when do you think this song was written? Like
I'm not saying I'm just saying that Bang Chan specifically, and I think all of them, have been in love with Dragon Ball for a long time since they were kids. So like it was inevitable they were going to write a song like this, but when we were talking about Dragon Ball before we listened to it, I thought like there's like maybe like a 20% chance that it's not about Dragon Ball. Like there's a decent chance that it could be about something else. They could just have the name and then actually be singing about something else. But no, this one's like, I'm building up a spirit bomb and I'm training and I'm punching and I'm going to defeat my enemy. And I'm like, dude, like there's no doubt about what we're talking about here. So I love that. Yeah.
Also, the thing about Dragon Ball, like the plot basically is that you gather up all the Dragon Balls and then you get to make a wish, and then the balls are
That's correct.
Rescattered throughout the
Yeah,
world.
they scatter again. Yes.
Okay, all right. So so like, could you just, I don't know, wishes are interesting, you know?
Well, in Dragon Ball, the listen, look, the dragon has its limits on what kind of things it can do. It can do a lot, but it does have limits on what the wishes can be.
Okay.
But there's a galaxy dragon with galaxy Dragon Balls, which is what Dragon Ball GT is about.
Oh shit! And he's more powerful than the planet dragon.
Yeah, than the one that's on the planet. Exactly. Yeah.
Does every planet have a dragon and Dragon Balls?
I don't know if every planet does, because I'm not versed in enough lore of Dragon Ball. But yeah.
Well, is there a supercluster dragon?
I don't know.
You know, if
I
there's
don't
a
know.
planet
Again,
dragon,
I have no idea.
and there's a galaxy dragon, then like, what's the thing above galaxy? Like, there's
Universe dragon.
Yeah, but there's like we call it, like, you know, clusters and superclusters and stuff.
Right. I guess that's true. Like the local group, local group dragon.
Yeah, the local group dragon. Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. And then
maybe.
eventually we'll get to the, you know, are they still making Dragon Ball, or is it done?
Yeah. No, they made a new series relatively recently. I say relatively recently just because I'm old, but it's ongoing.
Okay.
It's not that new.
Is it like strictly anime now, or was it originally
Like, is there
based on
still manga?
or are they still making manga?
Yes. Yeah, Akira Toriyama, like one of the most famous manga artists of all time. Yes.
Man, I don't know things. Okay.
Did you play Chrono Trigger?
No.
Oh my God. All right, we've got to rectify this.
Yeah.
It is one of the greatest RPGs of all time, and he did the art for it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I mean, I know you've definitely mentioned it before, and I'm sure that I've played minutes of it, but like not in a capacity that I would say like, oh yeah, I've played that game. I love that game, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, it only takes like 25 hours to get through, so like I think you can do it.
Do you think it actually does? Because remember that we had the impression that the Goof Troops game took longer than it did to beat, and we beat it in like 4 hours. So.
When I went back to play Chrono Trigger on the DS, and the DS has more quests. I was playing it on the DS, and I thought like, I remember this game. It's like a 50, 60 hour RPG. It's gonna be great. And then like I started playing it, and I'm like, oh, I'm getting through this really fast. And then I like basically was at the end of the game, and it had been like 20 hours, and I was like, okay.
Oh.
Because I played it as a kid on Super Nintendo. I mean, like I played it when I was a kid, and I thought it took ages to get through.
Yeah,
probably because I was like playing it after school. You know, I didn't have that much time to play.
Oh, you know,
so it probably took a long time.
Yeah, that does add an element to it, because like I definitely spend more time playing games now as an adult than I did when I was a child.
Right.
I mean, my playtime on Factorio right now is up to 355 hours.
Oh my God.
And that's not enough. You know, I need more.
Yeah. True story.
But yeah, I do. I yearn for the factory. It's,
you do.
It's kind of weird.
Do.
Yeah. But it's fun. Man, Factorio is.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It's such a great game. It's so fun and cool.
You know what also sounds fun and cool? This song that is called "Love Is Painful."
Yeah, maybe.
It's gonna be a banger.
Okay, I'm sure.
Damn. All right. Okay. Tom, what'd you think of Love Is Painful?
I mean, all right. So you know how like one of my main gripes about not just Stray Kids bangers, but like a lot of bands do this. is that like there'll be a banger and then they sprinkle in a little ballad for some reason, you know, like to just kind of break up the bangerness, which they don't need to do. Like just go, you know, from the first second to the last, full bang, you know. This feels like the opposite of that, where it's like it's a ballad with sprinkles of banger, you know.
Yeah, totally. I see that. I loved it.
But also,
I was.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was expecting a ballad. It's not what I got.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got a ballad, but it had banger.
Yeah. I guess so. It's.
I was gonna say lyrically though, it reminded me of a song that, like one of my favorite songs from one of the greatest bands of all time. And if we can indulge the listeners here, I would like to expose everyone to that song.
Oh, yeah.
I think this is the American equivalent of that song. It's "Never There" by Cake.
Oh yes, you're never there.
A few moments later.
So what was up with the swimmers?
I don't know. Yes, Utah. This is the man who wants a girl with a short skirt and a long jacket.
Yeah. And he's also going the distance.
He is going the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand the tone of the lyrical content of both this and Love is Painful. Yeah, I see where the threads are connected there, totally. So, that's great.
That's where my brain went when I was reading the lyrics. So yeah,
yeah. No, totally. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Well, Love is Painful was good. The next and last new song for this album is gonna listen.
No.
Listen. You don't jump the gun, okay? I'm setting it up, all right? I know that Tom has said in the past that he's not a particular fan of a certain seasonal kind of music. So I knew this was coming. I just figure it's November. It's time to get cozy. Have a glass of. I've got some eggnog. We got some alcoholic eggnog from Costco.
Ooh.
Yeah, and
I would rather listen to Good Guy. Actually,
MC Twiki.
That is not the right button. Yeah, there we go. The next song is called Christmas Love. Do you have any predictions about how you're gonna feel about this song?
Not great.
What kind of a song? I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be good. I think I enjoy the holiday season personally.
Yeah. Where's our fucking Stray Kids Halloween songs?
Genuine. I mean, other than Up All Night. I thought they said that they were going to do a seasonal song this year as part of Skiz Step Out 2024, and so I thought, oh, that makes sense. Oh, Phoenix.
They can't do Halloween?
Yeah, well, they wouldn't be able to release a Halloween song.
Why?
Okay, we're gonna genuinely have to cut this, but like there was this like event where people went to this big crowded area on Halloween, and there was an accident where people got literally crushed to death in the crowd. And it was like a really tragic, horrible thing to have happen on a day that should have been fun for everyone. Right. And yeah, so like they just not gonna do that. Probably gonna be a few years before they can be like, hey, you remember when Halloween was fun and goofy? You know, so
yeah,
that's a problem.
Okay, yes, obviously that is very tragic and not good, but to get rid of an event like a real, yeah, I mean, I guess, but it's just like,
yeah.
Sure.
It would not fly in Korea. Like if they were in America and released an English song that was Halloween related. I mean, they've got an entire album of Maniac is pretty close. Like that would be okay, but yeah, they get pretty upset in Korea when you do things. So whatever. You would hate it there.
Hate it in Korea.
Yeah, well, just specifically like the culture around that, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it's just because like I'm American and
yes,
we're just
America.
We're just so used to people dying every day that like, why would you cancel things because of it? You know?
Oh my god, it's fucked up because it's true.
Yeah.
But you know what's not fucked up? Christmas music.
Right.
So let's listen to Christmas Love because I know you'd love to hear it. And you know, but Tom, maybe it's like Christmas Evil and it's like a banger, but Christmas music, you know, it could be. It's called Christmas Love.
I really doubt it.
Let's find out.
I'd love to be proven wrong.
It's all about love. Akatoshiro no sekai. Yuki no naka tenikiro. We'll be making pink. Yeah, I love you. Yes, I love you.
Tom, what does it mean when you're making pink?
You know, I'm not really sure, but there is like no possible way this song isn't about fucking.
I had to hesitate to be like, I gotta get Jeanette's mom on the phone and we need to understand what is the cultural relevance of making pink.
It's not even implied. It is that I knew it immediately at the beginning. He said your face is turning red and it's not because of the cold.
She's just blushing, you know.
Oh, sure.
She's just blushing because they touched hands. That's how it goes.
Right.
They touched hands and she's blushing.
I think they touched more than just hands, though.
They're making pink, okay? Yeah. They're making pink together.
They're stroking is what they're doing. She's shouting, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter, Clarence Carter. Oh, shit, Clarence Carter, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. What do you think of this song as a song? What do you think?
Okay, so I clearly, I mean, I don't like the Christmas theme to it, but I do like driving, and so I like that part of it.
Hey, there you go. Not too bad. not a bad Christmas song right there.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I don't think it'll get the Michelle seal of approval. She's provided it on 24 to 25 and Christmas Evil, which she calls the one where they go upside down. I'm not sure about this one. You know, I don't think that she's given the Michelle seal of approval for Winter Falls. You know, the other Christmassy song that they've done. And yeah, I don't know if this one will be quite the tone that she wants, you know. She loves 24 to 25. But I don't know. We're going to have to give it a shot. I'm not going to explain the lyrical content to her.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, I guess that's the thing is that like,
but she loves pink. So
right.
I'm also afraid that she would be way too into the pink part. So,
okay. But here's the thing. I think it is like there's so much innuendo that we
Mhm.
recognize.
Right,
But-
that she would never.
Right.
Yeah.
But like if you're like if you just have no clue about the sexual world, then this is a perfectly innocent song, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. This is a perfectly innocent song about touching hands
Right.
before marriage.
Yeah. And looking at the stars in the sky that are sparkling in your eye. Why would they be sparkling in her eye? Unless you know.
Oh, she's looking up.
Right.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because she's
Okay.
parallel.
I am starting to see more of the obvious tells. Anyway. Yeah. So, would you like to hear the night, or not the night, the song "Night" in English?
Honestly, that wasn't on my bingo card, but sure, let's
And
do
yet
it.
we've got it. Maybe this will be about fucking.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna cut that.
Chasing my dreams until I die. I'm right here.
All right. What'd you think of the English version of "Night"?
It was good. Yeah.
it good?
I liked it.
Yeah, I'm so glad. It held up. I think it actually held up pretty well. So that's that's great. I'm not laughing at your comment that you dropped, or sorry, you didn't drop a spoon. You broke a spoon,
It's like,
completely shattered it.
like a piece of it went somewhere. I don't even know where it went. But what remained in my hand is insane. I didn't know this was possible.
Listen, I like always cut out whatever, unless we say something really hilarious. I cut out what happens during the song, so it was getting cut anyway.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Night English version. Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I thought, other than when I suddenly was like, why did they say Rachel? And realized, oh right, yeah, there's a character in that show named Rachel. Of course, that they pronounced Rahel. But that's probably the way that's pronounced in Japanese. I get it. Yeah.
Right. Oh,
It's not like
there's more.
didn't have
There's
any-
more. There was more in my lap.
Oh.
I found the little piece.
the last thing we have to listen to, nothing, is Falling Up, also in English. So let's do it.
All right.
And then I'll open this copy of Giant. I already started to take the plastic off because I was like preparing, but yeah, we'll do it.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm impressed. English versions that actually work.
Yeah, there were some parts where it's like they had to like really expedite the lyrics because it doesn't like fit in English as well as it does with like the pace of the song. But overall, yeah, pretty good, pretty decent.
Yeah, just more listenable. I don't know how I'll feel about it if it comes on, and I'm expecting the Japanese version, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Now, when there's a Korean version of the song, hell no. Oh God, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway, speaking about Giant, though, I've got the Giant album to open.
Oh.
I'm gonna start cracking it. The POB is already out. I've got the POB sitting here. Because it was in like an outer plastic wrapper. I'm not sure where they got these from, or if that's an official card or what. I have no idea. So I'm going to pop this. And we've got two cards in here. Now, the version we got is the one with the zine. It's got a zine.
Aren't those like nicotine pouches that people are so
No, that's a Zin. That's a little
Okay.
slightly different. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, these boys look hot. All right. Special zine. It's a magazine. A magazine. That's what a zine is.
So the Watch Together list has a bunch of A2K stuff, which we have put a pause on that we need to return to.
We really need to, because it's important for us to find out what happens with those girls.
That's true, yeah.
And everybody else wants to know what happened to those girls too, right? Like they're all watching along. So
Yeah.
all right, I'm gonna start flipping cards here. First off, I got a little ID card of Han with glasses on. He's just staring straight ahead. I don't understand those pictures, but sure.
Okay.
Then the Pob is, I kind of called it in my brain. It's Felix sitting on the throne, and he's looking real good. We flip one. We've got another Han, and what's on the white card? Bang Chan. All right. There's these boys.
Nice.
I'm trying to I don't want the extra glare off the background. I'm going to use this picture of it. I look, this was an accident, but the placement of the flash on this photo card is pretty great. Okay, so these are the photo cards, and the ID card. I wanted to get that in there with Bang Chan and the special zine. Yeah, that Han is good. It's real good. All right, here comes the Felix. I don't think you're ready for the way this is gonna look.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's great.
This is the Sony Pop? Oh, hell yeah. Look at me. I've got some fancy ass shit. This is probably going to go for money. Anyway.
Yeah, you can make the money that you spent on the album back.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but maybe
I would just keep it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. It's going to go into the collection, on the shelf. The Han Pob is like a downward angle at him. He's given two peace signs, and he's looking cute as hell. I mean, he looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't know, if you look really closely, like that shirt, if you want to call it that, it's like a fishnet shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you got Bang Chan over here just being the cutest little boy ever. I don't know what he's holding up, like a little thing, little box.
Yeah.
All our photo cards are in sleeves and then in a binder, so we double sleeve.
Mine are in the albums.
In the albums.
Yeah.
You gotta watch out with that, because some people have said that there's the album ink wore onto their photos after time. So
well, typically they have been putting there's a sleeve that comes with the albums, right, where all the stuff goes in. So I just a lot of them
just
actually
tuck it back in there.
Yeah, just to put them back in there, but also a lot of them are actually in sleeves, those plastic sleeves, because I brought all my photo cards that I had at the time when I came down to Texas.
Oh right, yeah, when you came to Texas, right.
Yeah, so I have a lot of them in individual protective sleeves,
right,
and those are just in a box. I have a little box that those go in.
Yeah, you
I need to because I got my Dwecky binder thing, but I don't have.
Oh yeah,
I don't have sheets for it, so I need to do that.
It's time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been time. I've had it for I don't know how long, a year,
Yeah. Well, get on it. What are you doing? I mean, I say that as somebody who has, an enormous bag of stuff to mail to you. It is a huge bag of stuff that I've meant to mail you over the past years. I just have a bunch of stuff. And Jeanette was saying to me earlier today, was just you really got to mail that. And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I just got to go to a place and be like, hey, take all this shit and make it safe for the trip. Thanks. How is that? How much is that going to cost? Whatever cost. That's fine.
I mean, there's like a USPS does like the if it fits it ships, box, whatever. So just shove
They
all of it
do.
in there.
But I want some of this stuff to be safe. There's at least one album I'm sending you. So Jeanette says she will go on Monday because she's off. She doesn't work all week.
Oh, that's nice.
How about that? Yeah, it is nice.
I only have to work Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah, me too.
And I will have 4. Well, actually, oh shit, I should look and see what day I have duty because I don't want to have watch on that 96. Oh hell
And if
yeah.
you don't want to have watch on that 96,
I got the whole 96, boy. I have duty the following Monday. So hell yeah.
Nice. Well, I hope you enjoy your holiday week. I certainly will. And we'll be back here next week for another episode of I'll Make a Stay Out of You, aka Bangers, Ballads, and Bops, when we have Bangers, Ballads, and Bops to listen to. How about that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And if you want to come to these great recording sessions where we have fun and you get to actually see, like, we're trying to describe these photo cards and stuff, but you actually, I'll post them in the chat. You just come here and see them. You can go to makeastay.com and join us. Discord link is there. And it's cool. We'll have fun. And then, you know what? I don't know what we're going to do in Arlington because the last time we went up there for a concert, we got together with some folks. We did some karaoke. I don't know if we'll do anything. I immediately... Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat. It's finally catching up to me. After all this time, like now, are you serious? Anyway, I already tried to look and see, like, are there any, like, private karaoke rooms in or around Arlington? And the answer was no. So
What?
Yeah, you have to drive.
Or
We have to drive into Dallas because the last one was in Fort Worth. And even then we drove into Dallas to go to the karaoke bar. And, like, conceivably we could do that again. Like, it's possible for us to do that. But, like, we drove a fucking lot those nights when we were there. That night, I guess, when we were there, which is fine. Like, I had a really good time, and it was so cool to meet everyone. But Jeanette and I might look for something, a cup sleeve or something fun that we could all do. We got lots of time to plan things out, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. And if you're going to Arlington, let me know, because we can say hi. We'll stop by and say, yo, what's up? You know?
boom, boom, pow. Yeah, let's get it.
Boom, boom, pow. Yeah, let's get it. Tom said it. It's all good now. And it's time to go. So, bye-bye. Ugh. Oh, did you watch that clip of JYP singing that I sent you?
Yeah.
He sucks.